hypocrisy for me.
Mm-hmm.
And what appears as a past, I was kicked out of a group because what I feel is it was a decision that was like, I was invited in, I was allowed back, and then the decision, everything was fine, and then I was voted to, then it was all of a sudden closed from what seems to be someone else's triggers. And so for me, it's really a trigger for me because I feel like, why is it always being about me and I have to be always accountable when the other person, it seems like it's double standards, like the other person doesn't need to be. And so it just brings up a lot of anger in me. And I don't know, that's something that's been really bothering me. And every time I bring it up, like for these people to admit it, it seems like they either have to go or they have to cook dinner or they just don't want to go there or try to say I'm doing something or this, that, and the other thing. And it's frustrating for me. And it's just like, it's a deep trigger for me because it's just like, why can't you just admit that you were wrong? Like, why can't you just say you allowed me into the group and you made a decision behind my back, I feel. And it's just feel, okay, that's I feel I'm unfairly treated. And it's like, if the issue isn't, if the issue really, it's just like, okay, so if you keep on saying it's about me, then why is it every time, it's just like, well, if there is, it's just like, well, then I should be allowed back in the group then. Why can't everyone just be accountable for their own stuff? I don't know. It's just that's bothering me.
Yeah.
So I guess, you know, so I don't know. That's something that the ego wants to keep on bringing in. Because I guess, you know, in the past, I've had some history with these sisters. And I guess I scared them. But I feel like, well, isn't this about forgiveness and being in the now? And it's like, well, you're not perfect. You know, aren't we supposed to be working together? So I guess it's a combination of the shoulds, my expectations, allowing, trust.
Yeah, I mean, it's so deep.
And so I'm just wanting to.
Yeah. Yeah. Of Course in Miracles talks about
Yeah, and it's like.
Of Course in Miracles talks about the role of the accuser. I think it's a delay call, but yeah, the role of the accuser will seem to take on many forms, and it will seem to be accusing you. So it's a very, very, very deep journey or healing of self-concept. And in that journey, there is a role of the accuser. And it seems like you're innocent. It feels that way. And it seems like there is a role, there is an accuser that comes through people that are accusing you. And he's saying, you know, have faith, have no fear. It will go away at last. You know, it's a very gentle line, I feel, from Jesus, Joshua, to us that, yeah, I know, he's saying, I know there is this accuser. And it's almost like, yeah, you're doing your inner work, you're doing great. And it seems sometimes we don't understand. Why?
Are you still there? There
I'm
you are.
losing you.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
So I got about the accuser.
Yeah.
And that I'm innocent. It's the false innocence thing, the wanting to project the guilt kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean, you can read this in the self, it's a self-concept versus self in the course.
Mm-hmm.
Where the self-concept, it is still your self-concept, and it goes so deep. And it feels like, yeah, you know, you have let the past go, but it seems maybe there are reflections from other people that are holding on to a past picture of you, you know, but this means there are some scraps still in you, in your consciousness that you are still working through to heal.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, because that's a deep one for me, is that I'm afraid that others are going to use the past against me.
Right. Yeah.
So that makes sense that I'm unconsciously attracting that.
Yeah, because it's
This
still
is the big,
or still maybe some guilt
mm-hmm.
you can release. Yeah.
I see.
So the answer, I would say, is to practice more and more to be guided. Again, be guided in conversation. And Jesus also says you are here to let love pour through you. Teach only love, because that is what you are. Like, that's a profound message to us. So when there is doubt and feeling unfairly accused and fairly treated, it's hard to teach love. It's still more inward forgiveness work to do, or communication sometimes.
How do I do that?
Well, guidance again. So perhaps this is a group of people that maybe you're not guided to be with them anymore. It could be a sign.
Yeah.
It's over. There are other things for you coming. So guidance again.
That's what I felt.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I'm feeling. That so it really comes down to trusting the Holy Spirit.
Yes.
Instead of fighting.
Yeah. And to trust, you know, when God closes, when God closes the door, he opens a window, is the saying. That to trust that something better is coming your way. And it can be hard to see first, because it seems like the only thing you know is what you had, or is the people you used to be with. And so it can be, that's just the time to have more faith that the new is coming, new connections, which is your mind is drawing forth better reflections, new reflections.
Yeah, that's where I feel that I'm at in the journey, that it's like I'm releasing this old and coming into this new.
Yeah.
And the ego is like really fighting. It's trying to, it's like trying to distract me with these stories so that I keep on whipping myself up, beating myself up like a crucifixion.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it doesn't want me to go into the light more and more. It wants to try and keep me, you know. With that, it's another thing has been coming up is like, which is really ironic. How can I be myself? I feel like, how can I be myself in this world? Like, I feel like I always have, it's funny witnessing this. Like, how can I be myself? I feel like I always, like, there's always like this element of, like, I can't be myself. Like, like, you know, that like, I never really fit in. Like, you know, like, and then it's like, do I have to fit in? You know, it's very interesting, like this illusion of a world the ego created. Like, I just feel like no matter what, even all this appearing life that this me has been here, I never really fit in with anything. I've always, even if, let's say, I've been very much into Hinduism, let's say, like, I've never been fully Hindu. Like, does that make sense? Like, I've always been kind of like an Essene,
a visitor
with like, but taking what I like about Hinduism, like yeah, like I've always been kind of like, I take what like I'm my own unique kind of individual. And I always feel like, you know, like you know, like, especially like, there's always these rules where you have to be this way to fit in, or you're out. So that's something that's really been bothering me lately more and more.
Yeah, and
you know, it's like,
question is, how can I just be myself? But the thing is, you know, you are not at home in this world. You're not made for this world. This world isn't our home.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
there is a way of being here that is not attached to the world, and nobody knows how to be. And situations are, you know, it's kind of alien to who you are. So it's more to learn to be with spirit. That's your home. Holy Spirit is your home. Resting in the Holy Spirit, and in that rest you will also be very guided. And because it's like you will never feel good or at home in this world, like, in a sense, other than when you are at home in God, which is when you have moved through all your obstacles, forgiveness lessons, you know, and kind of reconcile with many parts of yourself that you have disowned and pushed away, you know. So it is a deeply inward psychological kind of connecting and journey.
Yeah. Yeah. Very much. And then, you know, another thing that's been really coming up for me is honesty. But honesty can be very tricky for what appears as Jamuna in the dream, because Jamuna cannot always be very nice. The ego in Jamuna cannot be very nice. So I'm learning to release whatever this anger is, the sadness, so I can be honest with love, guided by spirit. Because I had to, it's almost like I'm becoming like this child where I have to relearn everything all over again. It's a very interesting way of being, because it's like you realize I really don't know nothing. I thought I knew everything, but I really don't know nothing.
Yeah.
And that's really the way to be.
Yeah.
This innocent little, like, I don't know nothing. Please show me. Because, and so, where was I going with this? I forget where I was going with this, but I just feel like, honesty. Yeah, I used to just be very very tell people off, or I don't know. I don't know, but now I realize like today I was shown something that a lot of times with me wanting to tell people off, like I've been withholding and I've just been silent. Sometimes I realize that I'm coming from this past that's not there in this weird way. Like I was shown like when someone, a lot of times when brothers and sisters say things or do things, my reaction to it might seem appropriate. But when I stopped today at a certain situation at work, I realized it's hard to describe what I'm trying to say, but I'm sure you can get the gist of what I'm saying. I realized he was being innocent, but I realized that my reaction to it was coming from a place of actually not from him doing anything. Of what it's hard from what he was actually doing. It's hard to describe. And I was like, I could have reacted that way, but then I realized I would have made something. I just realized something that the ego could have created, but it's really not there.
Right. You saw what you maybe used to do.
I don't know how to explain that. Like I realized, yeah, it was weird how to, it was just like, oh, but this honesty thing, like this THIS honesty thing. I just feel like, I don't know, maybe a lot of people just aren't very honest.
The self-concept is not honest.
I don't know. I just, that's true.
It feels like you're really looking at that, the self-concept, and you see what maybe how Jamuna used to appear in the past and used to react. And you have opened your eyes, you see, oh, that is not honest, or that's not the true. It's not who you are or you want to be in your heart. So there is it feels beautiful actually, that you feel like you are this little child that doesn't know, just showing up and observing past reactions that you actually don't play out anymore. So it's really cool. And the honesty, I mean, true honesty is connection with spirit. That's what honesty is. And dishonesty is identification with the self-concept. So you're onto true honesty when you realize to stay connected. And all self-concepts are dishonest, but it seems like we do use self-concepts, but you do get new self-concepts that are higher, more closer to the truth and freer as you're more and more and more guided, and as you forgive more and more of the false ideas and the false self.
So how do you forgive? It seems so simple. Like, so the situation, like for instance, like the situation, the situation where I feel unfairly treated. Sorry, I'm moving. With this group situation.
Send a message.
How do I forgive it? Because I created it, yeah? I created it somehow.
Yeah. Let me just send a message to my
sorry,
friend.
what did you say?
I'm going to go out today with friend Trisha. Just gonna...
Oh, okay. Yeah, no worries. Yeah.
Yeah. So how you forgive a situation like that, where somebody is seeming to not be nice or push you out or change. You know, the way to do it is to trust that it's the Holy Spirit's gift, that that change is good for you, and to not interpret how it's happening, or, you know, what the people say or how they treat you. It's more to, as soon as possible, be able to let go of those, kind of try to figure that out and say, no, but I think this change is good for me, and the Holy Spirit has something better for me, and not interpret the form the change took. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense.
And to keep working with it, you know, because I'm
really... So it seems like, so what I'm hearing...
There's a delay.
Oh, no, go ahead.
So some relationships,
yeah, there is a delay.
Yeah, some relationships really provide opportunities to work a lot with those feelings of feeling unfairly treated. Like some people represent the accuser big time, and you may feel like you constantly have a tug in you or a feeling hurt, you know, when you think of them. So the practice is to keep allowing those feelings up, and keep inviting the Holy Spirit, and keep being willing to heal that hurt and that wound, which may have been repeating in your past too. It may have played out in other situations with other people too in the past. So to keep allowing those feelings up, that is the forgiveness process, really. And as you join with mighty companions, or like with me, or with, you know, healing opportunities, it can go fast too.
Yeah, I'm grateful for you. Yeah.
I'm grateful for you. Yeah, that's so sweet. I'm gonna head out at
Mhm.
10:30, so I have about 8 minutes, so or 5 minutes because I need to maybe do some more things.
Okay. Okay.
Actually, my phone hasn't responded to my message.
You know, what'd you say? I didn't hear you.
I'm waiting to see if she's ready at 10:30 as planned. She didn't get back yet, so we have a few more minutes. So what were you gonna say?
You know, I just feel guided, you know, if you will. I just feel guided if you want to just, I don't know, join at the heart.
Yeah.
Like do a meditation.
Yeah, we can do that. That feels good.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Okay.
Okay. I feel you're so innocent. When I am with you and I feel my heart, your heart, see this innocent, curious child, maybe has been hurt, but you're so willing to heal and expand and express. It's very beautiful.
I am. I am so very willing. Thank you for joining with me and your willingness to see my innocence.
Yeah. Thanks for reaching out, Yamuna. It's really beautiful to stay connected.